Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We're playing in Incursion League with a solo self-found hardcore Arc Trapper. And I want to start off this episode by reminding you about something that I often forget. And that is whenever you start your play session, go to the vendors and just browse through the tabs and have a look at items that you could sell for value back to the vendors. So the obvious things to look for are the chromatic links. So that's a red, a green and a blue link. This one is a perfect one, for example. This one also has it in it, but it's a bit more difficult to spot. You buy them usually for transmute. Sometimes you have to pay an alteration. You sell it back, you get a chrome out of it, and well, chromatic orbs, they're much more expensive if you have to buy them via trading otherwise, trading with vendors or trading via other players. Another one, 6 sockets, you can sell them back for 7 jewelers orbs. Again, the markup on that is insane. I often forget it since it is busy work. I don't like busy work, but it is efficient. Now you sell them. Now I turned 3 transmutes into 2 chromes and 7 jewelers orbs. So whenever you level up, the inventory of merchants gets reset. So ideally, if you're completely diligent about it, every time you level up, go back to the vendors and then do some clearing out. Otherwise, beginning of your play session, do your daily masters, and then you do a quick tour of some of the merchants, and it might help you make some currency, especially jeweler orbs and chromes. They're always helpful to have. You never ever really have too many. Okay. So, that out of the way, let's get started. Alva, what do you have for me? Tunnels. Okay, so tunnels is connected to the apex. So this is going to be a perfect opportunity to connect it with the storage room, and that way we get a direct route to the apex. And then, at least we have guaranteed ourselves a boss fight. So getting access to the storage room down here, very, very important. That's the bottom right side. Tunnels has no architect, so let's see which of the two we're going to pick. Reduced player resistances, I think we've already had that one a couple times. The other one is a chest full of jewelry. We're down to 8 remaining. I think I'm just going to pick the easy one and we're going to go for the jewelry. So bottom right and bottom architect. Let's murder. I think at this stage in the game, we're not even pretending to be heroes anymore. We're just full on psychopaths. Just murdering for the sake of murdering and personal gain. Hello there with your lovely little books. Give me more enemies. And more importantly, give me the bloody stone. Thank yous. And just throw some traps there and then just rush back. I said bottom right here. So connect to it. Oh, actually click the door. Helpful, very helpful. And then see, can we pick back through the center and get some sweet kills in here? Yep, that's a little bit of a time extension. Some whites, those are easy to murder. 8 seconds. And there's the last batch. That looks like a full clear. It would be nice actually if the bar changed color to indicate, hey, you're done here. You can go out. There's not one person hiding anymore. I'm curious that the devs haven't done something like that. But either way, Apex is now connected to the entrance, so I'm perfectly happy here. And then pick up a couple of other items. And then that is perfectly fine. There's something over to the left. Let's just see how it connects. This place is always a little twisty. Oh, someone is stacking the deck here. Let's see, monsters are level 53 here. I myself am level 60, so ever so further getting over leveled here. Not quite sure if that was proper grammatical English, but the intention behind it is the thing that's more important. Oh, another fun thing. During cleaning out of the stash from the previous temple run, I was a little bit late with that. I saw that I picked up a Brutality support gem with 10% quality on it. Brutality is the gem that I really wanted to have attached to Bad Trap, but of course as a shadow you can't just buy them from vendors until Act 6, and after that I kind of forgot about it. I got one with quality, so I figured, hey, plop it in, let's see if it was a damage upgrade. And indeed, it was a damage upgrade. I think I went from about 8,300 points of average damage to 8,400, and that was comparing a level 15 added fire with a level 1 brutality. Brutality has a pretty good increase in the more damage multiplier, so the damage on that one is going to skyrocket, especially now that it is starting to level. So Bad Trap no longer deals non-physical damage, but the damage spike is now much stronger. So it's not going to ignite things, but the crit chance is not very high right now, but the damage spike is higher, and therefore the slow effect is going to be stronger. Also, I think there is a way into the forest thingy-majingy over here. Yes, and forest thingy-majingy is an official word. Ascendancy Shrine, then let the dead rise, and then let the dead fall. Oh, yeah. Then it's a couple of rare dead, and then we got ourselves a cobalt jewel. Thank you very much. So Helena's gonna be happy. Some spiders. So next objective is gonna be taking out Gruthkul, the very angry mama bear goddess. It's gonna be, it's always a fight that I look forward to. Ooh, hello there, ton of them. It's always a fight I look forward to, but I also dread it at the same time, because it is a brutal boss. Very high physical damage. There's debuffs, there's speed decreases, it's all kinds of gnarliness that you just don't want to have to deal with. You have to deal with it. And on top of that, it's a very small confined space. So yeah, it's never really a happy thing. I think the net result is here that I have to backtrack, don't I? Yeah, you know what? We're gonna walk through the causeway, tag the waypoint, and then go back and backtrack. So I think that's gonna be the most efficient thing to do here in terms of just travel efficiency. Ooh, Vaal Grace is going up. What's my evasion? Okay, 62%. We'll get some more evasion increases over the coming levels. So it's all perfectly fine. If it's not declining a couple percentage points from where it was, well, that's the natural order of things. Also, of course, not being kind of overleveled for the content means the actual percentage is much higher anyway. Oh yeah, also unwittingly triggered a abyss because, of course, I'm coasting through and not paying too much conscious attention. Very deadly, but I just can't help myself. Talking about random things while playing kind of makes things more interesting because the gameplay itself, it's not too intense right now. Let's not get tagged by you. I know you like to play a game of tag, mister, but not quite interested today. That kind of hurts. Ghastly eye. What's in the eye? Minions deal have increased maximum life. Kind of nice in a minion build, not kind of nice in a trapper build. What are we gonna get here? Monsters do extra damage as lightning, so they're gonna be a little bit more like me. I also deal lightning. Level 55. Not too many enemies here. Oh, some enemies behind me. Here I have a trap. It's suspiciously devoid of monsters here. What's going on? Are they all gathering in the boss room, which is next to the lore bit? Ooh, there's a shrine there. Usually shrines have monsters. I think that's a rule. Shrines should have monsters. And this is Brutale Diamond. Always crit. That's gonna be fun. The arc damage is gonna go through the roof. Also, doorway. Without actually having a doorway. So basically we're just gonna call it a wall. Yeah, difficult to go through. Even the Juggernaut can't go through walls. Funny enough. And there we go. Oh, Magaska, Living Pyre. That was just a one shot. Got some more sacrifice fragments. I really do like the getting multiple sacrifice of fragments bits. That one is corrupted. Let's grab that one. Some added lightning damage to spells. Global crit multiplier. Meh. Not impressed. Probably ought to head back to town, but I hope we'll just run into the portal soon enough, and then I can just portal back. Okay, you're large. I don't want to get hit in the face by you. Nothing personal, it's just I know it's gonna hurt. I don't like pain, so try to avoid it. Let's see, we have a 1x1 thing left, right? Yes, we do. There's this bubble thing that we have to pick up for Mr. Sailor Memes, the pirates. So we have the waypoint. If the bubble here is really close, because that I think it was a skill point, then we might as well grab it. So thinking back, I might have, should have, could have put a portal back in the northern forest. But then again, it's not really all that helpful, was it? Because I actually have to backtrack to the waypoint there. Okay, so at this point there's just too much stuff happening. Let's empty pockets, let's get a reward. Let's not hold out too much. Okay, put all the things in here. Why not? Ooh, stack deck, what's in the stack deck? We get a Ziri's Arsenal. We can just right click it and redeem it for a random card. Amulets, well, I think it was the agate that I want, so agate is what I pick. And what is the agate rolling into? Spell damage, percentage, max energy shield, some life on kill. Kinda meh. I think it might not even have been life, could actually have been mana. It was that meh, I didn't even read it too properly. Yeah, so now we got all the quests. Not just one quest, just all the quests. What are you sending me to? Gem Cutter's Workshop. Well, gems can be fun. On the other hand, Breach Splinters could be fun as well, because we're kind of overflowing with gems. Gems quality, sure, but I think I'm just gonna go re-roll this one into Breach. That's gonna be hilarious. And then with a bit of luck, we connect the top left one, so we get the Flame Workshop in as well. So bottom and top left. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, there's a stone that is happy joy. Let's not get too close to these blues. Oh, you have some bad traps, have some more arc traps. Please die, thank you very much. Nothing personal. I just want the other room. And it's the cruelty of the game developers that they decided that those architects have to die. It's really nothing personal. It's all the game developers' fault. I'm not a monster. The developers are. Really. Just trying to ease my conscience here a little bit. And I think I'm done again. Because the line is full. So look at that. Flame Workshop. Splinter Research Lab. Life is glorious. And then I might as well just grab some of the other items. Well, actually, that's enough items. So. Boop, there we go. So getting access to +2 traps from the cruel lab upgrade. Kind of helpful since it does provide with a bit of an extra damage bonus. And I've been so focused on the damage bonus to arc, by just putting a lot of traps down on the floor. Arc damage goes up, but so does bad trap. So pre-trapping, put down a bunch of arc traps just to fill out the number, and then add your bad traps, and then trigger an essence or something. You're gonna get a lot of damage. Something like that. It's fun, it's lethal. Monsters don't like it when you do that. Okay, at this point I'm realizing I maybe should push things even further. Hunt down the beasts, you send me back, I'm gonna ignore you. Sorry Tora, but you're not practical about it. I didn't see the beasties and now you're suddenly magically conjuring up those beasties behind my back? I just won't stand for it. Kishara Star, that's gonna make Vaal happy. But I realized then, of course, the next waypoint to grab is Vaal City, because I kind of half cleared the previous area. We're gonna go back to Gruthkul this episode. I do want to promise that. Even if it's gonna be a 40-minute episode, I do promise we're gonna go back to Gruthkul. Well, depending I survive all the thing, of course. That's the one caveat I do wanna be able to hold myself to. So, 54 area. With a bit of luck, we might even run into another overhaul here. And we'll just have to see just how we can get past this. I hear something. A overturned. Always just trying to push further, and oh, look at that. Haven't seen Alpha yet, and I've got the waypoint. This is a static one, so that is very happy. For the sake of just being helpful, let's have a chat with Vaal, and look at that, passive skill point and some respecs. Okay, that gets us to another interesting point. I've been going towards the Revenge of the Hunted. I still want to go there. But I also realize my resists are not entirely properly balanced. I have got 73 cold, and I could push it to 76, so I'm lacking a little bit of cold res. And my lightning is not completely capped off as well. And my life is not in the best of shapes either. I picked up this lovely little ancient gaze jewel here. Let's clean up a little bit. This ancient gaze jewel in a previous episode. There's life on here, there's double resist on here, and there's energy shield regen on here. This could be a very happy jewel to equip. It's too bad it's gonna be an Exile to add another mod to it. But as it is perfectly fine. So what I'm gonna do is actually not spend this skill point just quite yet. Well, actually I can. But I'm gonna spend it on going towards the jewel socket here. Then the next point that we're gonna grab really soon, put it in the socket, and then put the jewel in just to bump my life up a little bit. And after that, I'm gonna continue forward with Revenge of the Hunted. After this, potentially we can just grab this socket and then refund the points over here. I could do some shuffling shenanigans, but for now this seems like a decent workaround. Queen of Despair, back to the Northern Forest. And I think the instance might have been wiped. Yes, so all progress is lost. Happy joy. Wait. Oh, there's So we're gonna look for the bear cave yet again. Rule of thumb I try to stick to for the place here is always go to the left hand wall. That's usually where the dread thicket was, so that's also where this place is probably gonna be. And look at that, dread thicket is still where it was supposed to be. So, gathering fireflies. The nice thing is we have the waypoint to Yina, so we can also get rid of the fireflies at the end of the episode. So there's that. My inventory won't be filled with it for longer than it needs to be. So from that perspective, going to the dread thicket after grabbing the Vaal City waypoint, not a bad idea. Also, this is the skill point I was hoping for. So we have that one, and then we can put the ancient gaze in here. So we got currently at 2235 life. And that nearly pushes me to 2300. I'm getting a little bit more energy shield regen, a little bit more life, maxed out resistances with a little bit of overcapping. It is glorious. Especially the overcapping, it allows for some wiggle room when it comes to shifting gear around. For example, my body armor, it's okay, but it has resist to both cold and lightning that I need. Now that we are grabbing, what was it again? 12 points, 13 points, 12 points in each resist. Suddenly I'm less dependent on those specific stats, so I have more room to upgrade this one. So that's just good in the bigger picture. Wiggle room is great when it comes to changing builds. Oh, hello there, Dreadstone, with your chaos damage. Not too big a fan. Not too big a fan. Of course, we did kill the unique boss in the place, so there's that. Oh, hey, look at that. A Firefly. It's 4. No, still gotta capture a couple more. Let's do Alpha first. Sparring room. Sacrifice a unique, get another random unique. That's always kind of fun and hilarious. Chest full of weapons, don't really care about it, so we could go for the bottom one. This one is already connected to the one there, so connecting it to the hatchery seems the best. That gives us multiple options of connecting the entire section. So, left wall, bottom architect. Okay, that seems good. The monsters here can't touch me, which is great. Passive regen from a stone golem that is nearly dead, as well as the little bit of energy shield regeneration. It is effectively just a means of offsetting the DPS dealt by enemies. Pretty happy with that. Bottom and left, I said. So let's try not to kill the architect at the top by accident. Here, have some more traps. Yeah, before you could go off. That is perfect. Okay. Like a stone now. Thank you. Wow. That is good timing. Just gotta be vocal about your wishes. Exalted Orb? No? Like an Exalted Orb? Okay. It's also, it doesn't work when you intentionally do it. That's the biggest downside. Oh, what did it? Yeah, it connected. So now connecting either the hatchery, antechamber, or workshop will get this entire branch in here. So that's pretty darn happy and joyful. Then the thing I have been despairing about, the Den of Despair. Yeah, fish medication is not something I have, of course. Boosting armor, probably not going to help too much. Well, for the hits it would. We'll have to see. Granite Flask might be helpful. Let's actually just double check. Do I even have Granite Flasks? Oh, I've got Fireflies. I can just chuck Fireflies at her. Flasks. Do I have a granite? Doesn't look like it, right? I don't have a granite. Okay. Then that's a moot point. We're just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Just not getting hit. We got a golem, we got a decoy totem. I hope those will be sufficient. And I hope that I'm just completely fretting over something that proves to be inconsequential. Okay. Come on, you nasty bad thing. Kill her fast. Just kill her fast, exactly. I was so much more worried than I had any right to be, because this turned out to be relatively easy. I got hit once from the looks of it. For the rest, it was all decoys all the way. So from this we get additional physical damage reduction for each hit you've taken recently, up to a maximum of 5. So this one, if you're in a fight, you're getting hit every once in a while, this just reduces the impact of repeat damage a little bit. On the other hand, I must say, Tukahama, for those fights where you're just chucking things from a distance, also kind of works. I mean, this is more for fights where you're just standing and throwing. This is more if you're weaving around a little bit. Gonna grab this actually, because the hit and run, let's not be where the enemy wants, where the enemy is kind of playstyle. That's better than the stand still and throw a lot of traps playstyle, because, well, physical avoidance is part of the job description here. Like there. No, I didn't even stand still, but if something got a hit off on me, then it would have been physical damage mitigation to carry forward. Though in Elrian mission, of course, it's much easier since there's just no contest. It's gonna be a very one-sided fight for the next minute here, which is a little unfortunate, but part of the deal. Would be nice if at some point we do get a overhaul to the master missions, just to give them a little bit oomph, a little bit more spice, make them a little bit more interesting, rather than the snooze fest that they sometimes turn out to be. I mean, Vrici and Torah missions are often, especially out in the wild, they send you backwards, so that's a very good reason for just skipping them, because whoever wants to go backwards to where they've already been, it's just not efficient. Elrian missions at least keep you in place, so there's that. But then it's just a snooze fest, and that's not helpful. Well, Torah missions where if you just run into the den with the beasties, that's fine, because that's basically something you resolve in place as well. Elrian missions are fine for the same reason. Vagan's always a snooze fest. Dummies are more annoying than actually helpful. Vagan himself is just a total wimp. Not rather than a master duelist. On the other hand, no, they're not meant to be endgame content. That's the other thing to it. It's not meant to be endgame content. It's meant to be done by everything, including the most non-meta build you can think of. Let's see, can I give you 5 flies? No, I must give them to you at the temple, of course. No, chromatics, I don't need to ID it. We got ourselves a point, so we just continue onwards to Revenge of the Hunted. Like that. And then, now as a last ceremonial act, we might as well just give the fireflies to Yina. And then she burns and I'm rid of the fireflies. Poof. Cool. Well, good point to call this the end of the episode. We have dealt with the bear goddess. We have opened up the way to the Vaal Temple. Next episode, Vaal Temple. It's going to be Aracali o'clock. And then after that, Act 8. And I think we might even do both Aracali and Doedre in the same episode. Seems like that should fit. So it's gonna be fun. Gonna be 2 interesting fights. At least I hope they're gonna be interesting, especially with Doedre. She's also, besides Gruthkul, Doedre is also a gnarly boss. Definitely a fun fight. So let's see if that's gonna be more exciting than what we did here. For now though, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.